The line between our world and what exists beyond is thinner than most people realize. Right now, while you're watching this video, someone you loved and lost might be desperately trying to reach out to you. And you might be completely missing all the signs. What I'm about to reveal today will forever change the way you look at death and what comes after. Because the truth is, they never really leave us. If you're here, you've probably lost someone really important in your life. Maybe it was your mom, your dad, a sibling, a dear friend, or even a pet who was part of the family. And ever since, you've carried that emptiness in your chest, that feeling that something vital was ripped out of your life. You're not alone in this. All of us, at some point, face this universal pain of loss. But what if I told you that the emptiness you feel isn't just longing? What if it's actually the first sign that they're trying to reach you from the other side? If you feel like this content might bring answers to your life, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss any video that could transform your relationship with the invisible. Your interaction helps me keep bringing this knowledge to people who need it. Today, I'm going to show you the 10 most powerful and unmistakable signs that the dead are trying to communicate with us. I'm not talking about superstition or old wives' tales. I'm talking about real, documented events that happen every single day all around the world. Signs you might be ignoring just because you don't know how to interpret them. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete guide to knowing when someone from the other side is trying to send you a message. You're going to learn the difference between coincidence and real spiritual communication. And most importantly, you'll find out how to become more open to these messages that could be changing your life right now. Let me tell you the story of a client of mine who completely changed the way I see communication with the dead. Maria had lost her father just 3 months earlier. She came to me devastated, saying it felt like he had just disappeared from the universe. But in the second week after our talk, she called me in tears. Not sad tears, tears of relief. She had dreamed of her father for the very first time since he died. But it wasn't an ordinary dream. In the dream, he showed up wearing a blue shirt she'd never seen before and told her to look in the attic of the old house. Maria woke up feeling strange. That blue shirt was stuck in her memory so clearly. 3 days later, she finally got up the nerve to go to the attic. And there, in a dusty box she had never noticed, she found that exact blue shirt from the dream. Inside the pocket, a letter her father had written to her years earlier but had never managed to give her. A letter asking for forgiveness for past mistakes and declaring his unconditional love for her. Maria isn't some rare case. I have hundreds of stories just like this from people who learn to notice and understand the signs their loved ones are always sending. The first sign you need to recognize is vivid, different dreams. I don't mean those confusing, jumbled dreams you forget minutes after waking up. I'm talking about dreams with a movie-like quality, where the person who passed away shows up crystal clear, sometimes even younger or healthier than they were at the end. These dreams have an emotional intensity that stays with you for days, weeks, even months. You wake up knowing this one was different, knowing it was real in a way that's hard to explain. The second sign is unexpected smells. Suddenly, you smell your grandma's perfume in the hallway. You catch a whiff of the cigarette your dad used to smoke, even though you haven't smelled that in years. The scent of roses your mom grew in the garden appears out of nowhere in the middle of winter. And it's not just a memory, it's real, physical. Sometimes even other people smell it with you. These scents appear at important moments, when you're making a big decision, when you're sad, when you need comfort. The third sign that messes with our sense of reality is unexplained electrical stuff. Lights flickering for no reason, right when you're thinking about the person who died. TVs turning on by themselves. Radios playing exactly the song that was special to you both. Consciousness is pure energy, and energy interacts with electric fields in ways science is only beginning to understand. Have you ever thought that our consciousness might be way more than just brain activity? Quantum physicists have shown how conscious observation can actually change the way subatomic particles behave. If consciousness can affect matter at the deepest level in the universe, Then why couldn't a consciousness without a body affect the electrical systems around us? Our brain works through electrical impulses. Our heart has its own electric field. Our whole body is basically a complex bioelectrical system. When someone dies, the physical body stops. But what if the consciousness energy keeps existing? What if that energy can still interact with other energy fields? I'm not asking you to ditch rational thinking. I'm asking you to expand your rationality beyond the limits put in place by a narrow, just materialist view of reality. Real science has always been about questioning, exploring, and staying open to possibilities we haven't fully understood yet. Now let's talk about the signs anyone can notice, no matter what you believe or how sensitive you are. The way animals behave is a universal sign in every culture. Dogs bark at empty corners where someone used to sit. Cats purr and rub themselves on empty chairs that were the favorite spots of someone who passed away. Birds keep showing up at your window, especially species that aren't common in your area. Animals have way sharper senses than we do. They pick up frequencies, energies, and presences that we, with our senses dulled by modern life, just can't detect. When your pet consistently reacts to something you can't see, pay attention. They might be your first alert for a spiritual presence. Another universal thing is repeating number patterns. You start seeing the same number or number sequence over and over on clocks, license plates, receipts, phone numbers. Maybe it's the person's birthday, the date of their death, or numbers that meant something special to you both. These numbers show up much more than mere coincidence would explain. It's like the universe is making sure you see these numbers again and again until you finally get the message. Now that you know the main signs, I'll show you exactly how to boost your spiritual sensitivity and become more open to these messages. First step is making a daily routine for connecting. Pick a specific time of day, maybe right when you wake up or before bed, and spend just 10 minutes connecting on purpose with the person you lost. Sit somewhere quiet, close your eyes, and just talk to them like they're there with you. Tell them about your day, your fears, your joys. Ask specific questions and then just sit in silence for a few minutes and see if any feeling, thought, or image pops into your mind naturally. Don't force anything. Just stay open and receptive. Second step, keep a signs journal. Write down everything that seems out of the ordinary: vivid dreams, weird smells, strange animal behavior, number sequences, electrical oddities. Write the date, the time, what was happening in your life right then. Over time, you'll start to see patterns. You'll notice certain signs show up at specific moments or when you're going through something in particular. Third step, create a sacred space in your home. It can just be a little table with a photo of the person, a candle, maybe something that belonged to them. Doesn't have to be fancy. The important thing is to have a real spot that represents your spiritual connection. Light the candle regularly, talk to the photo, leave fresh flowers. That space becomes a kind of energetic doorway, making communication between worlds easier. When you get used to noticing and accepting these signs, something deep changes in the way you see reality. You stop living just in the physical world and start living in both worlds at once, the visible and the invisible. You become a bridge between dimensions, someone who understands that death isn't a final end, but a change in how consciousness shows up. This new view completely changes your relationship with life and death. The fear of death drops a lot because now, through your own experience, you know there's something more. Grief becomes a new kind of love, a love that goes beyond physical limits. You stop feeling abandoned by those who left and start feeling accompanied in a subtler but just as real way. Your decisions are made with greater wisdom. You're no longer facing life's challenges alone. You have a spiritual support network that's always there, always guiding, always loving. You become more sensitive, more intuitive, more connected with the subtle layers of existence. And this isn't just about feeling better emotionally. It's about actually expanding your ability to sense things. You get sharper intuition. You sense people's and places' energies more clearly. You become more empathetic, more compassionate, because you understand we're all spiritual beings having a temporary human experience. Now I want to hear from you. In the comments below, share your own experience. Which of these signs have you already noticed? What kind of communication have you received from someone who's passed? Your story could be exactly what someone else needs to realize they're not imagining things, they're not crazy, and that love really does go beyond physical death. If you know someone who's lost a loved one recently, share this video. Sometimes, just one piece of information can turn grief into connection, pain into understanding, emptiness into a subtle but real presence. And if you want to keep developing your spiritual sensitivity, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. I have so much more to share about spiritual communication, growing your intuition, and understanding the invisible sides of life. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. Not in this life, not as you reconnect with those you love who've gone before you. Real love is eternal, and today you learned how to keep that connection alive and well. Death may separate bodies, but it can never truly separate hearts that genuinely love each other. Now that you have all these tools and insights, it's time to put everything into practice, because understanding is just the first step. The real power is in actually using these teachings in your daily life. Start today. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't put it off for next week. The person you lost might have been trying to reach out to you for months, maybe years, and you just weren't paying attention. But now your eyes are open to see, your ears are tuned in to listen, and your heart is ready to feel. Set up your connection routine today. Make your sacred space this week. Start your signs journal right now. And above all, shift your mindset from skepticism to respectful curiosity. You don't have to believe everything blindly, but you do have to be open enough to notice what's always been there, just waiting to be recognized. Life is way more mysterious and deeply connected than we were ever taught. Death isn't the end, it's just a change of address. And now you have the roadmap for staying in touch with those who simply switched dimensions, but still love you, still care for you, and are still present in a way that goes beyond any physical limit. If this video touched your heart, brought hope where there was only pain, or lit a light where there was just darkness, leave a like so that more people can find this content when they need it most. Share it with someone who you know needs to hear this. And subscribe to the channel to keep going on this journey of spiritual discovery with me. In the comments, tell me, what part of this video hit you the most? What sign do you now realize you might have missed before? Your story could be the key someone else was looking for. Together we're building a community of people who get that true love never dies. It just changes form. Until the next video, remember, you are eternally loved, eternally connected, and never ever truly alone.